All right, so I am live, and I probably should get another bubbly, but I'll wait, because I don't know how long this one's going to be. I always say that, but I'm pretty sure. I've watched like 3 movies. This is my day off. I planned to make a video earlier, and cat hair. I was cuddling with the cats, and especially scared. He always comes down here usually. He was cuddled right up in me, and it was a nice, good cat session. But anyway, I got some cool stuff today, guys. I'm super excited, and it's actually going to let me do kind of like my really my real first 4K double feature that I'm going to do during like Halloween time. As you guys know, I'm all about the double featuring stuff. So yeah, I got stuff to talk about. I watched 3 movies today, and I watched like around 2 last night. So it's the first 2 days of the 31 Days of Horror, and I've watched 5 films. Not every one of them was horror. I did watch Scream 4, which was really good. And I watched, of course, one of the ones that I got today, which I'll talk about in a little bit. And I watched Deadly Daphne's Revenge from Vinegar Syndrome, which is one that I got earlier, and I had planned to watch. Wanted to wait till Halloween to watch it. Now, I'm not sure if anybody that's watching or will be watching later on has Deadly Daphne's Revenge, but let's just say it's not exactly the most horrific film in the world, unless you're talking about the lead villain's acting. Then it gets pretty horrific. I'm not going to lie to you. So I got a couple things in the mail, or one in the mail and one at Walmart. So I know some people are still waiting on this one, but I think a lot of people have it by now. That is the Night Stalker with Darren McGavin. So really am excited to have this one here. I love the way that Kino's got the slip done, the O-ring. And same cover. There's no like reversal art, unfortunately, for this one here. But what they do have is there's a booklet in here as well. So it's about like an 8-page booklet with the with the classic like Night Stalker picture that we're used to seeing. Anybody that's ever. And I forgot how good this movie was, but it's a really solid film. Now, what's really even more amazing is the transfer is incredible on this here. Like, I have the original double feature, like the Night Stalker, Night Strangler double feature that came out by MGM back in the day. It had like a, I think it's a flipper disc, if I'm correct. Right? I'd have to go look at it now, but let's just say it left a lot to be desired. This is spot on. This is the way that you want to see the Night Stalker. So, new special features here. This is a new 4K restoration, by the way. Great restoration. Color looks fantastic. Picture overall is amazing. We got like new audio commentary with film historian Tim Lucas. Anybody that's got into the Bava stuff or knows how good Lucas is on commentary. So looking forward to listening to that. And with that being said, before I go any further, there's 2 new podcast episodes that are coming out that I wanted to mention. Well, ones that I think they're both out by now, but there is the latest Just to This with which has Brian on here, Brian Soar, and of course Rob Galuza from Shockwaves, and does a lot of the Psycho stuff. They're going to be talking Kino, and I think they're going to be talking 10 Kino titles, so I'm really looking forward to that. Also, there is a new Screamcast out as well, and I was just listening to it last night, and it's really freaking good. So let me bring it up here. All right. So yeah, it's called Girlie and the Paper Boy Take a Boat Trip, and it has I got like, yeah, cuddly stuff. So it's got Sean Drager and Stephanie Crawford, That's the Screamcast. If you haven't checked it out, they do like 3 kind of VHS horrors. I actually just talked VHS horror last night, and they're like kind of the evil kind of kid. One's the evil paperboy one. So if you haven't listened to that, it's hilarious. It's fantastic. Stephanie and Sean are definitely on par with it. They're knocking out of the park with that with Screamcast. That's episode 161, and just the disc. And I want to see if it's landed here yet. So I'll have. Oh yes, it is on. So just the disc. Kino Love with Rob G. Definitely check that out. So. Well, speaking of just the discs, here, this one, guys, you got to grab this one. If you're a fan of Dan Curtis, if you're a fan of Darren McGavin, if you're a fan of Night Stalker, pick this up. It is an amazing transfer. Great features here. Again, audible commentary with Tim Lucas. There's a new interview with the director, John Llewellyn Moxley. And he says, it was an interesting one for him to direct because Dan Curtis, was also a producer and a director. He kind of wanted to get his hands in there more, and he really wanted to be directing it. There's a new interview with the composer, Bob Colbert, and it's really, really cool. So we also get like this stuff transferred over from the other one, which is the Night Stalker Dan Curtis interview featurette. Of course, there's a booklet that I showed you here, and of course there's the newly commissioned art there by Sean Phillips. Sean Phillips is doing the artwork for all 3 Dan Curtis releases that are coming out: the Night Stalker, the Night Strangler, and the Trilogy of Terror. There was an issue of some sort, like I guess getting the Night Strangler out right away on time. So I think it took a little bit longer to, like everybody's waiting a little bit longer on Night Strangler. So that's the reason that some people that had their Kino orders in may not have gotten the Night Stalker yet, because Kino usually ships together. So they were waiting for Night Strangler to get to get done, and that's why some people didn't grab it there. You guys are quiet tonight. So next up, before I show you what's next up, it kind of relates to this. A while back, I grabbed Christine on 4K, and just like haven't watched it yet because I just like looked it over because it's Halloween and I wanted to save it for that, and I want to have some really good 4K like horror. So this one's going to be double featured with one I got today, and I'm going to open this one up here. I'm actually super excited. So. This is the Halloween 4K edition, and I'm not sure what to do with the stamp, the sticker. I don't want to like get rid of it. I want to take it off, but do I stick it on the inside? Because it's the sticker, and it's actually the sticker for this, 40 Years of Terror. It's even got like a little number underneath it. I'm not sure if that means anything. So we're going to open it up here. Look at the 2 discs, because I don't think it's anything like real special. It's like just the, Halloween in 4K. There's a new color grade on this one here. Some people find it a bit darker, but it is actually kind of closer to what if you went to see Halloween in the theater back in the day, that's what you'd see. So I'm actually looking forward to looking at see what they did with the discs. Oh, okay. So it looks like that they chose to use the 35th anniversary edition Blu-ray for the Blu-ray of Halloween, which is actually really good. So you can expect some good features on there, and they say, the night she came home featurette. Yeah, so yeah, it is definitely a 35th anniversary one. Audio commentary with the writer-director John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis. On location 25 years later. TV version footage, trailer, TV spots, radio spots, that type of thing. So, but the most important thing, of course, anybody that's getting this is actually seeing Halloween in 4K for the first time. Really excited about that. And there you can tell that by the artwork that we're seeing right here, that this is the 35th anniversary disc that came out a while back. It was in like a little kind of like a book, like kind of a book. Hey there, Savannah, right back at you. I got it today. I got Halloween 4K. I was at the store earlier today to see if there's anything there. Nothing was there. I was making some food tonight, and I ran out of butter. Yeah, I did get it. I'm so excited. And I went to the store, and I said, just for fun, I'll look around, but there was nothing there earlier. Like they had Tales from the Hood 2 and stuff like that. I'm like, I'll wait on that. But Halloween 4K with its super cool slip, yeah, I had to have that. So for those coming late, today I got the Night Stalker, the Kino Lorber Special Edition that just came out with the new 4K restoration. It is amazing. It looks fantastic. It is like seeing Night Stalker with new eyes. Thanks, Savannah. If you haven't seen this one, it's an older like TV one, but it's actually very cool. It's a really good movie, and I forgot how good this movie was. And Darren McGavin is like so everybody is like it's a great cast of different, especially like a lot of older actors like Simon Oakland and Ralph Meeker was in it. Just some really good actors, and definitely worth checking out. A great representation. Some cool features on here. We got a new commentary with Tim Lucas as well. Definitely worth checking out. If you don't have this one picked up yet, do pick it up. Oh, ask away. I have the unboxings and stuff are kind of the thing for today. So any questions at all are fire away on any topic. But Halloween, definitely pick that up. And Christine, that's going to be double featured with Halloween. I'm going to do like a John Carpenter 4K double feature. I did get to watch a few movies. Deadly Daphne's Revenge is pretty different, but I enjoyed it. It's not a good movie, but I enjoyed it. Scream 4, I still like that. I still think that it's probably that some of the actors there's some weak acting in it, but I did like the movie overall. And I watched Pets today, which is another Vinegar Syndrome one, which I remember that one from when I was younger, and I still like it. I still like it a lot, actually. And of course, of course, I mean, there's no course to it. I guess you guys don't know. But I also watched. Oh God, what's the name of it? It's killing me. I liked it. Oh, this question: when you buy a movie online, it comes in the mail, and it's damaged like the insert cover. Does that bother you? It bothers me. I'm not the type of person that gets super upset about a lot of these things. I get bummed out if it's I'll get more bummed out a while back, Savannah. I was on eBay and I was collecting some Criterion stuff. So I ordered these 3 movies that I wanted, they were Criterion films. And when I got it, they were the films, but they were not the Criterion editions of those films. They were some kind of cheaper Japanese knockoff versions of the films. They were the films, they just weren't Criterion editions. So I spent money expecting Criterions, and I didn't get that. So that I was peeved over. I get a little miffed if it's like that, but as long as the discs are okay, I'm usually pretty good. I'm not the guy that gets upset about that type of stuff. There's people out there that I know, and each to each their own, that when Army of Darkness finally came out on Blu-ray with a big 3-disc set, and with all these different 4 different versions of Army of Darkness, there was a scene missing of a guy jumping over a fence in one of the versions of the film that it was in another version of the film. And you would think that they went in and murdered somebody's kids, because people just flipped out over that, and it baffled me. I'm like, if I really want to see this sequence, I can watch it on one of the other versions of the film here. But it's true. I mean, there's a forum, and it's a forum that does tend to be, and I'm on it, but there tends to be a subsection that tend to be a bit nitpicky, just a little bit. But I don't know. I like to stay pretty chill, stuff like that. What, did you get something recently in the mail that was kind of scrunched up a bit? Because for me, it doesn't, as long as it's something, if it doesn't reach me, I freak out. When I was waiting I knew that Night Stalker was supposed to come today, and I wasn't worried about is it going to come with with an okay case. I was wondering, is it going to get ripped off? Oh, are you watching it right now, JL Marks? The 4K edition. Oh wait, you're watching Halloween 40. Are you watching the new film? Are you at a theater or like a drive-in? Is it playing already? I thought it came out on the 18th. Unless you mean this. I'm not quite sure what you mean. But if you're seeing the new Halloween film, don't spoil anything for me. But congratulations, dude. I'm so jealous. As my kids would say, I'm super jelly. The 4K release. Oh, how do you like it so far? I heard really good things about the color upgrade. Oh, House on Straw Hill. Is that from recommendation from me? I hope it is. I really like House on Straw Hill. It's super sleazy. Now the edition you got of House on Straw Hill, did you get the Band the Saddest extra bonus DVD in there with the extra documentary? Check to make sure. I know that was like available when I picked it up. So if you have the chance to get the one with the Band the Saddest video, it's really, really worth it. It's a really good documentary. I'll watch it at least like twice a year since I picked it up. More than that, really, but relatively we go twice. I love like documentaries, and especially stuff on like the video nasties. Blu-ray DVD combo from Severin. Do they still have the extra bonus disc? I'm actually very curious about that because the first 3,000 copies, and I know it wasn't one of their biggest sellers. Yep, my 4K did come to slip. Now I think in the UK there was some art cards with some of the 4K. That wasn't included with this one. Hey Reality, how's it going? But I'm just glad to have this, and I did open it up, and it is the 35th anniversary edition Blu-ray that is inside. You got the art cards? Nice. No sticker on it. Did you open it up yet, Don? They usually say you can know by a sticker, but sometimes the sticker's not there. So my fingers are crossed for you. Either way, it's a really cool film. It's definitely a different one with Udo Kier, I think. And the toy box, that sounds familiar. I'm so excited to have this, guys. I don't have the art cards, which looks super cool, by the way. I think Wolfman has an arts. He posted on I think on Killer Flicks like a picture of like an art card. So I was kind of hoping I'd have art cards with mine, but I'm just really super happy to have the film on 4K. Super happy. I don't like this Halloween 4K thing. Do you have it on the? Do you actually have it on the cover? Do you think it looks stupid? I'm being serious because I kind of do, and I don't know if it's just me, but I really don't like the design of it. Like I'll keep it on here because it is the 40th anniversary, and this is legitimately part of the one that's on here. It's months there. I've been watching horror movies for about 3 weeks now. 31 days is not enough. I know how you feel. You'll be sneaking in and stealing my 4K. That's a long trip to get a 4K. It's black and orange. I heard that you watched the movie based on my recommendation. Was that a good thing? Did that turn out to be a good thing? I hope it turned out to be a good thing because I missed the last part of what you said there because it kind of faded before I got to see it. I think I've been doing pretty good with recommendations so far. Savannah found out that she really liked The Loved Ones. I think you're going to like House on Straw Hill. It's a different film. It's a video nasty one, but I enjoy it. Deep End. Oh, how did you like Deep End? I love that film. Did you like it? But excellent. Did you know going in like with the turn? Because it turns, man. That movie really turns. Wow, that's warm, man. I'm not quite sure anymore. Yeah, I actually own Knife in the Water. I've got the Raro video edition. I like that film actually. That's the guy from Tenebrae in it. He is also in like not such a good movie, but he's also in like Lou Ferrigno's like Sinbad film as a bad guy. Oh, I'm thinking. Oh, you mean Polanski? Okay, I got that, but I was thinking of the kind of the remake of it, which I like better. I do. I'm not gonna lie. I love Polanski and stuff, like what he did and stuff. But there's a movie called Waves of Lust, and it's kind of like Knife in the Water, right? So my Halloween, my first Halloween edition is, man, I got like the box set, which you guys saw, and I got it on Blu-ray over there somewhere, and on DVD over there. I used to have it twice on DVD, and I used to have a lenticular cover VHS, but that got lost in the move. So I got to get another VHS version of Halloween, because you got to have a VHS. If you got a VHS collection, you got to have at least one VHS of Halloween. Oh, I love Kurosawa, and I do really like High and Low. With Kurosawa, I'm trying to think. There's not a lot of stuff that I really don't like. Now, of course, I know my better half's first Kurosawa film that she ever saw was Kajimusha, and she really loves that film. Of course, Hidden Fortress is amazing. You certainly don't own VHS. I don't own VHS for Halloween either right now, reality. So that's me and you are in that same boat. But this, nope. I only have like a couple Kurosawa films in my collection. Unfortunately, at this point, I really need to get it. Ooh, Maniac. That one I might get. Am I getting a Vara Mistress of the Dark? Yeah, I'm probably going to get a Vara Mistress of the Dark. Oh, there's a couple announcements from Scream Factory. We should talk about those, guys. So they announced another Hammer film coming out on Blu-ray. Oh, yeah. And that is Plague of the Zombies, which is actually a really good one. And Howling 3, The Marsupials. That's coming out. So on Blu-ray. So Philip Morris is still around, so hopefully we'll get some good features on there, because I'll buy it because I love the Howling franchise. Howling 3 is not a good film, but it's a fun film. Oh, Plague is amazing. The nightmare scene in Plague, and it's probably the most famous scene in the film, because it's what you always show in the showing the stills and stuff like that. That scared me for like a long time as a kid. As you guys can tell, I am drinking Barks cream soda, and not bubbly tonight, so I'm cheating on my bubbly. Oh, I've got the original release of that, but I really want to upgrade that to the. Howling 3, not Hell. I love Halloween 3. The Howling 3, Marsupials. You're talking about the. Oh God, what's the name of it again? Yeah, that's one of the indicator ones that I really want. Was that Sino Evo, something like that? Anyway, it's a really good film. I got like the old DVD edition of it here, and I just really wanted to get the I love indicator stuff. One of the big ones that I want for me, like for indicator, like more so than the box sets, like obviously Sino Evil. Thank you. Is there's a movie called Blue Collar that was written by done by Paul Schrader, who did Taxi Driver, and that's a really good film. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's probably the best work, in my opinion, like definitely dramatic work, that Richard Pryor ever did. And it's just a really good film. It just shows how well that he could act. I have the DVD of Dark Night of the Scarecrow, but I don't have the Blu-ray edition of it. I think I got the DVD of that one. Is that a Dark Sky release? Yeah, I gotta get. With my next thing that I got coming, well, I got Night Strangler coming, which was originally supposed to come with this one, but there's a delay of some sort, and of course Trilogy of Terror, and Town to Dread Sundown I love. But even better than, this is going to be controversial, I guess. Even better than that for me, anyway, personally, I really like The Evictors. Jessica Harper, of course. It's just a really cool, different film. I like the feel of The Evictors, and I saw it when I was young with my cousin. We grew up like brothers, right? And we were like watching The Evictors with the sheets to our eyes, and it's not the scariest movie in the world by no means. But I was a kid, right? And we're watching on CED, and we were like freaking out. So it was so cool. We watched like The Victors, and like we watched Omen 2 that same night. Damien. Anyway, trip to memory lane there. But yeah, I think yes. For the stuff I got coming that left for Halloween, hopefully that should come is Night Strangler, Trilogy of Terror, and the Vinegar Syndrome package. Hopefully, I'll be. I'm trying to coordinate with Brian so that hopefully sometime in November we can do some work with. I can work with him on an episode of Just the Discs, talk about it. Yeah, I know. And doesn't it piss you off that they announce they hit your book and like they hit your on digital, and they're like, yeah. Dark Knight Scarecrow, that's what I'm thinking about. It is highly underrated. Well, there's a lot of those films out there that that I think kind of just fly under the radar. But what's really cool is when like you're the person that knows it and you introduce it to other people, and then they're like, yes, I love that movie, thank you. Or then they come back to you like, no, I hate that film. What were you thinking when you? I get asked that one a lot. What films I mostly want to see on Blu-ray? The Hitcher, but was just mentioned. That's one of them. There's a lot of films that aren't on Blu-ray. Necronomicon is one that comes to mind. It was like an anthology. Why does my hair always stick up like that? My hair, which I don't have a lot of, has a mind of its own. So I'm pretty much. I think if Tintin and Cubic Lover and Captain Haddock got spliced together, hello. That's the best answer I can give you. You've never seen The Hitcher? Oh, it's a really good movie. Rutger Hauer does a great job in the film. C. Thomas Howell as well. Now there's a new Hitcher with Sean Bean, and it's an okay movie. It's a decent film, but it's not as good. And I do recommend that you see the original Hitcher and not like one of the but the original Savannah, it's good. Like it's really good. Like I like Sean Bean, but the original Hitcher with Rutger Hauer is amazing. And because it's Rutger Hauer, guys. I like the whole hammer and amp. Yeah, I will definitely agree with that. Blind Fury, yeah, that's the Zadichi. It's with Zadichi. Because I remember Blind Fury, and I've got the Zadichi set now, for the Criterion one, and I gotta get Blind Fury. I know it's on a triple feature, like on a Mill Creek release, with Silent Rage, which is a really good film actually. Kind of especially for Halloween. If you want like a kind of an action horror movie for Halloween, and kind of something different for the 31 Days of Horror, the restaurant scene is amazing. With the fries. Yeah, definitely pick up the Silent Rage. Ooh. Could you buy it? We don't have any rental shops around here anymore, unfortunately. Nathan Wilder is amazing. See, here we have very few like stuff. That's why I get excited when I find something at Walmart. I thought this was going to show up last week because it was announced. I went to like 4 different Walmarts to find it. It didn't show up. I kind of gave up on it, but super stoked. Hey, Tummy Films, how's it going? But yeah, to get like, I would love to see like like to get like a Hammer kind of 4K set come out. Yeah, it is the. Oh, you weren't here when I first showed this, were you? So the disc art that they use is from the 35th anniversary edition, and you can see that the Blu-ray is the 35th edition. And oh, I have all the American Horror Stories except for Cult and well, the ones on TV right now. Yeah, I own The Tenant by Polanski. Only on DVD though. Did that ever get a Blu-ray release? If it did, I'm unaware of it. But yeah, the only version of Ken Russell's Devils I got, it's actually a really good version, is Black the Pumpkin. Yeah, your guys are totally different, isn't it? You got like art cards and stuff. You've never watched The Tenant? I'll tell you a little story about The Tenant. The Tenant is like probably, well, at the time, was one of the least favorite films that my dad saw with his friends. There's a couple movies. So, Dad went to see The Tenant in the theater back in the day. We know when it showed, and like people walked out. I'm definitely jealous of your art cards, dude. Tab pop. But yeah, they walked. I like that actually. I didn't mind The Tenant. I thought it was pretty good. I don't think it's his best film, but not by any stretch. But it's a good film. But no, my dad's dad and his friends, I think they walked out at the end in The Tenant. They just didn't like it. But you know, it's a different time too. It is my favorite film. What do you think of Black Christmas? Remembering that it came out in 1974 before all those other films came out that ripped it off. Because yeah, when you see Halloween after seeing Black Christmas, you're like, kind of get it. I'm you know, well, that's not saying a lot because the remake was horrible. Are you talking about like kind of the comedy one with Freddie Main? But that's one of my dad's favorite films. Yeah, I don't own it, but I have seen it. I need a good edition of that. So yeah, that's Freddie Main. It's actually really fun, and it's kind of one. Oh yeah. When a Stranger Calls is. I'm not sure. What year did that one come out again? When a Stranger Calls, because that came out like similar. Like the timing was. It was before like some films. Yeah, I have seen Starman. I love the movie Starman. I saw it in theater, and I love the TV series. Fearless Vampire Killer is what it's called. And I did see on the TV series with Robert Hayes. I liked even better than the movie Starman because I was a kid at the time, and that seemed really cool to me to have like a movie become a TV series, which now is like an everyday thing, but back then, not so much. But yeah, I do have, and my cousin got me Starman the TV series for Christmas last year, and it blew me away because I had no idea that it was even available. Yeah, the original Black Christmas is one of my favorite films of all time. I love the cinematography. I love like the music. It captures like the Canadiana horror aspect of it like extremely well. Casting is spot on and perfect, and it's just the work done by Margot Kidder, rest in peace, is just incredible. Wentworth. Wentworth is actually a pretty good show. Yeah, there's a remake. Don't watch it. It's got a great like younger cast, and it completely wasted. I'm thinking about it actually. Superman's one of my early favorite films. I'm a huge Superman fan. A lot of people don't know that, but actually I'm a huge fan of Superman. And Vihor. Oh, I'd love to see Andy Vihor get a 4K. I wonder how that would look on 4K. Haven't oh, I'm a huge ABBA fan, so yes, Mamma Mia I saw like right away. Mamma Mia 2 I haven't seen yet, but my better half has seen it, and she said that's really really good. And she has great taste, so I'm gonna go with her on that. Out of the newer movies recently, I still got to see Mandy, which I hear is amazing, guys. So if you haven't seen Mandy, and it's a screen near you, a theater near you, definitely check it out. But it's much more if you, even if you're not a fan of like the earlier stuff, like Beyond the Black Rainbow, Mandy, and I listen to like Stephanie Crawford. She comes on here sometimes. She was talking about Mandy on the recent Screamcast. Kurosawa box set of his non-samurai films. So these non-samurai films don't get enough love. That's one of the things. That's one of the problems. There was actually a really big box set, Kurosawa box set. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what to think on that now. I'll talk about the Friday Night Live in a second. There's like a Criterion box set that came out, a big box set for Kurosawa, but it was a limited edition one, and it didn't last very long, and it had like a lot of different stuff on there. But I'd love to see that upgraded. Now that they did the, did the Ingmar Bergman one, I'm hoping to see them do other ones with other directors. And Kurosawa seems to be ripe for the picking for Criterion. That's here you go, stuff like that. Adam, how's it going? You got the actual set? Oh yeah, the early stuff. Yeah, the oh, that's right. You're in the UK. It's too bad they don't have that one out there. You don't know because you never know now because where they're like making headway. Criterion's making headway in the UK, and I can't see it being easy because the UK has like BFI and Eureka and stuff like that, and they're really good. Oh, the Superman 4K I'm looking forward to. I want to get Batman in 4K, and I want to say Batman. I mean like I've got like the Nolan things. I want I want my Batman, the '89 one, the one that I went to on crutches. Is it hard to get royalty region players over there? Oh, BFI. I once, but I look like one of the first things I look for is our BFI releases. BFI stuff, Eureka stuff, BFI Flipside. I really love BFI Flipside. I think a lot of their stuff gets kind of flies under the radar. It's worth it though. Like if you can save up for a region free player, it changes the way you collect. It really did for me. What happened with me, and I'll let you know right now, that I found Arrow. And Arrow Video, and this was in the early days of Arrow Video. So I picked up like it's an Aerodrome, by the way, and it had like the Gates of Hell, and I picked up like a couple. The Night Remember is the first Criterion I ever bought, just so you know. And I picked up like a couple like Blu-rays. One of them I couldn't play. Second side I like. So I actually went out the next day, and there was like actually it was fairly cheap. I was at a Walmart, and they were selling out of this this type. The type's not around anymore. It was like $50 for the player, and you put in a code, and you made it kind of region free. 8.5. Sure. I don't have 8.5 yet. And that's one of my. I love 8.5. I don't own it yet, and that's an amazing Criterion. Network put out Captain Scarlet. When we just like moved here to Nova Scotia, we went to this like pawn shop, right? And they had like the complete Captain Scarlet, the old A&E box set of it, right? The big one, and the Mysterions. So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. And I'm there, right? And I go up to there, and it says like obviously this is it's a pawn shop. It's a previously viewed thing. It says like $9.99 blockbuster price, right? Right on it. And I go up to the counter, and my better half's with me, and they're like, yeah. I said, well, how much is this thinking, okay, if it's $9.99 Blockbuster price, it's going to be even cheaper, right? It's going to be like super cheap. And she looks at us and she says, hold on a second, let me check Amazon. And I'm like, no, no, it ain't going to work that way. And that Captain Scarlet set stayed right where it was. So I'll probably pick up the network one down the road. Star Cops. Remember Space Precinct? Diabolique. How did you feel about the end? I mean, right at the end. Do you think... Because remember, it's stated early in the film, the kid doesn't lie. He's not an overactive imagination kid. So when we get to the ending, and he says what he says, without spoiling it for people, did that give you kind of a pause to think? Because it really did. Me and my better half talked about it for like 2 hours later, 2 hours afterwards. Yeah, it makes you like, you're like, oh, and then you're like, is there more? Dirtbag Kid, I kind of do. Charlie. Diabolique was a fantastic film. Diabolique was a film like you can tell Hitchcock would wanted to make it, and like I'm sure Treball would want to make it as well. That's really good cream soda, guys. What's that one called again? I've only got a couple of. I've got one of the box sets, the indicator box sets, and I've got Happy Birthday to Me, and of course their amazing edition of oh God, what's it called? Happy Birthday to Me as well. The Birds is one of my favorite Hitchcock film, and I think I mentioned on here like a few times. Have I read Hitchcock Truffaut? I did actually, and I think it is like it's definitely required reading for a cinephile, especially if you're a Hitchcock fan. I also liked the Hitchcock book that was put out by Donald Spoto too. I thought it was really good. Yeah, that's Inferno actually. Arrow put that out. I don't have that one yet, but I really do want to see it. The Birds is one of your favorites? See, Shadow of the Doubt really is like it's mine. Shadow of a Doubt, Strangers on the Train, like I really love. I love what he did with Rope. I think Rope is highly underrated actually. I do think Shadow of the Doubt is his best film, but because everything works. Like there was more technical films that he did like later on. Do you think Rebecca really? I think Rebecca is had some issues, and I think that because I don't think it's a pure Hitchcockian film. Not because he didn't want it to be, but because of the the cell snake. Frenzy is highly underrated. Frenzy was like one that actually when I was very young, my mom was in the Doubleday book club, and there were two huge tomes of like with the complete Sherlock Holmes with like it had like academic studies and stuff in there as well, and different things, and the Strand articles, all different kinds of stuff in there, and kind of so I got to read through all of the Sherlock Holmes stuff and kind of like read up on like at a very young age, like what the critics, the academics, and other people thought about it, and so that was something that stuck with me for like a long time. I'm a huge Sherlock Holmes fan. See, I like Rebecca, but it bothers me that it's not Basil Rathbone's your favorite. I love Basil Rathbone. I think Jeremy Brett is the closest we'll ever get to having Sherlock Holmes just come off the page. And I know it's just a TV series for a lot of people, but Jeremy Brett really put a lot into it. See, his film Where's Selznick's film? Jamaica Inn. It's not like none of Hitchcock movies are bad. The only issue I have with Rebecca is that I think that it's more studio than Hitchcock. Not that it's a bad film. I like the film. I just don't think it's a complete Hitchcock film. And we can go out all night about like just our favorite Hitchcockian type films that are out there. Not many people here have mentioned Strangers on a Train, which surprises me because that is a fantastic film. Definitely done because he didn't get the talent of Mr. Ripley, Purple Noon, and that he made sure that he grabbed up Strangers on a Train, and I'm really glad he did. It's a fantastic little film, and it just works so well. Richard Pink Panther, Peter Sellers. Lady Vanishes is great. I love Lady. I love most Hitchcock stuff. I mean, like, I don't think there's stuff that I really don't like. There's nothing I can say that I don't like. Yeah, Strange on Train is the one that didn't come up in that set. Like, I'm guessing, like me, you probably got the Alfred Hitchcock collection, right? The Masterpiece collection. And it's that Strange on a Train isn't on that. There's a couple that, obviously there's a few that aren't on there. But you think that Strange on a Train of all movies would be on there. But sadly, not. It's my favorite director of all time. My least favorite Hitchcock film? I don't know, really. I used to say Family Plot, but I really don't remember it very well. And I think that I was probably saying it kind of as a placeholder because I really didn't have one. Or not one that I could actually like kind of go to. I like The Trouble with Harry, but maybe. Family Plot, it's not awful, but it's not. Let's just say it's not him at his best. We know it's not him at his best, and I'm sure Hitchcock knows it's not him at his best. I don't. I'll be completely honest with you. I don't even remember Under Capricorn very well at all, actually. So that's not a good sign for it. Am I a fan of which one? I really like Lifeboat. That's Tulip Bankhead, right? And if it is, yes, I really like that one. But my favorite director, it's actually pretty simple for me, and it's not one of the fancy ones. But I'm an Argento fan. I was a really big Argento fan. He had like a huge effect on my life when I was growing up. I saw a lot of like the films in the theater, like Fondo Rosso, Deep Red, and Tenebrae, and all those. Like they came in the theater, so that was kind of like a big thing for me. And De Palma was a huge influence on me as well. Obviously Hitchcock. The other directors that I love. Saw Tenebrae recently. Tenebrae is my favorite of Argento's films. I love it from beginning to end. Some people say that the twist in the middle is a bit of a cheat, but you kind of both by the were amazing. I like. Here's the thing. When it comes to Bloat and Body Double, it's hard for me to pick a favorite. Your favorite director is William Castle. Are you getting the set that's coming out, Adam? Are you upset about the Ghost Viewer? I am. Demons and Demons 2. Like, Argento produced those. Those were actually directed by Lamberto Bava, which you know, of course. And the great films. Blood's really good. And if you haven't seen Sisters, please do see that. De Palma, I think with the new De Palma documentary, more people are getting into his stuff now than did before. De Palma used to get like a lot of there'll definitely be stuff that hasn't been released before. I'm sure there will be, because basically they, Margaret Kidder's and Sisters, yeah. But I'm just bummed that the Ghost Viewer was one of the only gimmicks you could give us at home. It was one of the only gimmicks you could have gave us at home. And William Castle he's a king of gimmicks. And get him. Scarface is not that'd be a guilty pleasure. It's a fantastic film. Huh. I know what I have to do. Well, I'm talking to you guys. Well, you guys are talking among yourselves. Oh, like that. Giallo has been like. Giallo's one of my favorite genres. Like, and it's nice to see more people discovering Giallo and just seeing exactly how good. I've got like so many things open up here on my phone. That it is. I want to send a picture to my dad of this so we can see the inside of the discs. Because he doesn't have the pieces. Oh, you know how I feel about pieces. I love pieces. I have multiple versions of pieces. Yeah, the William Cass set is coming through Indicator. They're doing 2 sets. It's a William Cass at Columbia Volume 1 and Volume 2. There are 4 on the first one, and it's Mr. Sardonicus, Homicidal, 13 Ghosts. It's okay. Blood Diner is not my favorite. It's definitely not my favorite. It's a quirky little film, and I think it's the least of the Vesterons that have come out so far. It's obviously a love letter to Herschel Gordon Lewis. That's a given. And I like it for that. But if you're not a fan of Herschel Gordon Lewis, for one, a lot of it's going to get lost on you right there. You're not going to get the Egyptian feast thing or a lot of stuff like that. But yeah, it's probably the least of the ones, but it's worth getting if it's get at a cheap price. Did you like Blood Diner? Because me. Saw 2. Is that your first time seeing Saw 2? I'm not gonna lie, it's not like they're gonna get like increasingly better. They're worth watching though. I mean, Saw movies are fun little films, but you don't get, the quality doesn't get better. Yeah, me too. I got the Vestron release, and you know why? I'll tell you why. Because that was the cheapest Vestron release I ever got. Like here in Canada, like Vestron releases around here are like 40, 45 bucks, right? And this one was like 20, 15 or 20. And it stayed like that forever. Until it went up. And even then, I think it went up like maybe to $27. But it's a weird little film, quirky little film. I do, if you're not quite sure about it, the artist, I do have the artist, yeah. Ah, that's not bad. Like, they're fun films. Have I seen the original Beauty and the Beast? Do you mean John Cocteau? That's because that is brilliance. And that's my favorite version of Beauty and the Beast. And I like, when I want to watch like a lot of the fantasy aspect type of films, I do tend to go towards a lot of the French ones, like John Cocteau's Beauty and the Beast. I love. I also love Jacques Remé's. Podon. It's fantastic as well. If you haven't checked it out, it's a great film, and it's not like Donkey Skin, right? So it's not one that we normally see here. La Paysanne. Oh, are you talking about Sasha Gucci? Oh God, how do you pronounce his name again? That's hilarious, man. I love that film. My better half introduced that one to me, and we got the BFI of La Paysanne. And Elaine Delon. Which one are you talking about now? Romy Schrader and Elaine Delon. Because not the La Paysanne that I saw. Yeah, Beauty and the Beast is on Criterion. There's also a BFI Eureka of it as well, which I do own. I think it's the one you're talking about. Let me just go grab it. And trying to see where I got my microphone put, because I forgot. It's got to be here. All right. So your conversations that you're having back and forth, they're giving me an idea. Some stuff that I'm going to show you guys. Oh, November, yeah, for the second Criterion sale. Oh, actually, I like those actors. I don't know if I've seen that one. So, no, I was thinking of the wrong film, actually. There's a lot of stuff that Criterion does a lot of great foreign stuff, but they do need to get more. A swimming pool. Okay. Wait a minute. Maybe I have. Ooh, is there anybody else in that? So, I think if I'm correct, you guys were talking about this one, right? So, we picked up the BFI edition of this, and it has a huge booklet. Oh, I always want to get like some really good, like the Criterion stuff when it comes out. I don't think that they're as on par as to what they used to be, especially when it comes to booklets and stuff like that. But they're still putting out a lot of really great stuff. I think they've gone for a lot more like and not to seem snobby, but a lot more kind of like mainstream stuff like recently for Criterion. That's not a bad thing. They have to keep the doors open. And I think putting out like a John Hughes film or something like that, which I really do like, actually enables them to put out like some like more kind of like obscure stuff that a lot of people don't know about. Like it is like, it's a fantastic film. Well, what I was looking at and what I totally got wrong was this is a comedic film called Le Paysan, and it's a favorite of mine. If you have not seen this, please check it out. Criterion has put an edition of this, by the way. I'm getting, yeah, I had that actually. It's you had to read the liner notes for Armageddon because it was hilarious. But definitely, if you haven't seen this one here, please check it out. Oh, this is Le Paysan, or the Paysan in French, and in English. So basically what this is, there's this guy here. I would definitely watch it. Watch this one. If you haven't seen this one, I'm serious. I don't have any Criterion Laserdiscs, unfortunately. I only got 5 Laserdiscs, and I only have those because a friend of mine, actually an old friend of mine, when I first started doing YouTube, actually gave them to me for Christmas one year, and I didn't have a player at the time. It was like, haha, which was cool. But no, definitely check this out, guys. If you have not seen this movie, it's really cool. It's really funny. There's a guy, and no parlez-vous français, not yet anyway. I'm working on it. But see this film, like really seriously see this film. It's really funny. This guy, he hates his wife. She pretty much hates him. They live in a marriage of misery, and he tells his priest one day, it's like, I really wouldn't be upset if I killed her. I can maybe go to jail. It's less of a pain than this. And he even goes to a liar and confesses to the murder of his wife when she's still alive, before he sets out to go to kill her. I love the Laserdisc player. My oldest is actually a big Laserdisc fan as well, and it's something that I know probably will never make a comeback. But I would like to see. Wouldn't it be neat to see like a few like of the newer films come out and in Laserdisc? Now doesn't that be like newer, but like, oh yes, anything by when it comes to that. There's a few different. Oh, for Halloween, if you guys are looking for some type of like different stuff for Halloween, for your 31 days Halloween, I do recommend this one. And Eureka did a great edition of this. Oh, anything Melville, man. Ganja and Hess. If you've never checked it out, check it out. It's blaxploitation, but it's way more serious blaxploitation than probably what a lot of people are used to, and just a really good one. You guys are getting all French on me now. Yeah, I think that. Is that my twin on the left of me? Kind of freaking me out right now, dude. Are you talking about Wimpy? Well, I would gladly. This is the only copy of The Devils I got. Someone mentioned The Devils, but this is the one that I got, and I'm guessing this is the one most people got of Ken Russell's The Devils. And it's not completely uncut, but it's about as close as we're going to get for a long time. I hope I'm not as big as Wimpy. But it's a 2-disc set. It's got a lot of great features. There's a huge booklet on here, which I'm guessing will have scenes that I can't show on my channel. And if you like the indicator stuff, then I eventually have to upgrade this. Yeah, I do. I buy a lot of stuff from the UK. If you just find my channel, for about a year or so, I think I'm a huge Charles Bronson fan. So I do like the later Death Wish films are cheesy fun. The fifth one was done in Canada. It's not that great. But I love the original Death Wish. I like Death Wish 2. It's sleazy fun, I guess you could say. To the beginning of time. Sounds familiar, actually, yeah. But yeah, this is where the indicator, the vanishing's depressing. But yes, I've seen both versions. And I never know when you're talking to me or talking to one of the other people on there. So, but the indicator set, like that they put out, Samuel Fuller set, is really good apparently. It's your date movie. That's like, what was it that Bill Hader said in the Criterion Closet? Like Salo. Well, that was Salo. Was his, that was like perfect date movie. I have the Roger Corman box set. That's the one that has like Trip and all that on it, right? And I've said this on it before, but the worst movie that I ever like watched on a date was I Spit on Your Grave. Yeah, that was the worst movie I've ever watched on a date. Yeah, I know. It's a one watch for me. Salo's definitely one watch. Yeah, I didn't pick it, so don't think I went to somebody's house and said, "Hey, let's tell no one." I don't know how I've seen that. I'd have to check. Pink Flamingos. Spit in Your Grave on Blu-ray. I don't have to. Do I have the Blu-ray? Maybe. I'm not sure. If I don't, I need it. No, I was on a date, and and basically I had like 5 or 6 films, and for some reason I Spit in Your Grave and another one were in with it, right? And it was on VHS actually. I think it was like taped on, And so I'm like picking a movie to watch. We'll watch something, and of all the movies to pick out, she chooses, oh, I haven't seen this one. I'm like, this is probably not the best movie for a date. But yeah. Hey, Movie Cave Dave, welcome, dude. The troll set from, I don't know. See, I have the troll set, like the Scream Factory one. Your set is way, way more awesome looking. You guys just get more awesome looking. The UK just has so much better production. Have I seen Last House on the Left? Yeah, I actually James Hayes actually sent me the Last House on the Left there. Oh, finally. Okay, thank you. So Night Strangler's out. So I'm gonna get my Night Strangler soon. Yeah. For guys that just came in, got this today. Oh, the orange box, PlayStation. Yes, I used to play the orange box. And got this today. And I got this a couple days ago. But double feature, guys. But again, I have to go because my better half is coming home tomorrow. And I just got a message. So I have to go and text her. I'm sorry to cut it short. I had planned to make this a bit longer. But I'm getting ready. Oh, thanks, Movie Cave Dave. I want to see you in here again, dude. And come in so we can actually talk. I always see you on on Instagram and stuff. But never enough, man. You guys got the really cool edition of 4K. But thank you guys so much for coming in today. Thank you, Movie Cave Dave. Come in again. I want to see you here in the movie club. Be part of our movie club. And I will see you guys next time. I am Aaron. You guys are the movie club, and you are awesome. And for right now, I got to contact my better half and find out the boat schedule. And I'll see you guys later. It's time for boat and tea. I'm out of here.